Hello everyone, this is MX Linux 25, I believe. Infinity, the new MX Linux based on Debian 13. Um, I just installed this today. I have, where I live, there's storms and all this, so I stayed at home for the last 2 days except to go do the essentials. And so I decided to install MX Linux, the new MX Linux, on two of my oldest machines. One of them already had the older MX Linux. It was a Dell Latitude E-series 400, and the other one was a Lenovo X130E, and which I always run NTX on it. But from experience now, I can say that the XFCE environment run as efficient as a window manager. So I thought I'll just put the MX Linux on it. Everything in the MX Linux is, of course, the kernel is new and everything, but I'm gonna say this: everything looked the same. So the upgrade did not make it big, so you have the same menu, and I'm so glad they didn't change the menu, because I hear that Linux Mint gonna change the menu and probably gonna go for the worse. But MX Linux kept the menu, which is a wonderful menu that go with category and populate. You have a search bar and everything good. You can save things into the dock, that means this side of the panel, but it is actually a dock, and you can save things to a panel here. You can save things to the desktop, so it allows you to save things, to customize your desk as good as you want. So there is really not much except two things. I noticed two things. I enable hybridization, I believe, in the installation, and I noticed that was an option for it. And I was working on my main computer, and this computer was sitting in the bedroom, and when I went to check on the computer, it went to the bedroom and it was asleep. I was able to just wake it up very easily by just pushing the button, and it wasn't a hard reset or anything like that. Before MX Linux used to have an issue with 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 it will go to sleep. If it go to sleep, you will never be able to start it. And I used to go and I used to I did it now again, but I know it did work with me. It used to be, it come like this. I used to come here and shut it, so lock with the screen sleep. So well, yeah, but it used to be well, you know uh, so that was the thing. It used to be it's very hard for me for if it go to sleep. It used to be like you have to do a hard reset, but I don't think actually this will affect it. But now it's well, I just installed it and it went to sleep, and I was able to just wake it up, and that was a very good improvement. Of course, you can save your screen saver. I used to just I used to just not allow it to sleep, and I will be and I, of course, you can still lock it. Like, let's say if I'm in a coffee house, because this computer is like 14-inch. I take it with me somewhere so I can lock it when I go somewhere. But that is a very good improvement on all the MX Linux I had before, and I ran MX Linux from the start. The other thing I want to talk about is the conky and previously even this was the last update of the old version of the MX Linux had the same thing, but I never discuss it. Usually when you go to a conky, you and this is for anyone who's interested in keeping an eye on their computer. Let's see, this is the one I'm using. You go to edit the config file. This is the language Luna, I believe. But if you like haven't done CSS or any simple scripting language, you will be able to figure it out, you know. But you can change the color and all this to customize your own conky. But they actually did something very good. They give you a button here say customize, and they actually added this in the old version in the last update, where you can go here. Let's say transparent. I want it to be pseudo transparent. I want the color. Let's say I want to change the color here to, you know what, to blue. No, blue won't show here. To yellow. And I want to change this color to red. And I'm gonna close it, and it will ask me if I want to preserve the original file. I already preserved the original file, so I will say no, which is a very good pop-up. So now I have a conky that is customized to a point. You can of course definitely, if you want to customize more, you can go to the config file, but that is the other thing that I've seen on it. What else I wanna, that's it about MX Linux. There's not much. I noticed the update button is when it's all updated, it will be black, so that's just aesthetic look different. What else? I want to also mention something that is not Linux related, but I work on and refurbish computers, and those computers are for me. I use them for myself. I want to talk about the Dell Latitude E-series, you know, and why it's so good. I just want to mention that these are the last Dell that you can upgrade the CPU. And recently I have two of my Dells, the E6430. I put the CPU on it. The CPU was $38, but it's a 4-core 8 thread, so it's a big major update. That will increase the speed of it to 80%. I didn't and it ran on the same wattage, so I didn't have to buy a brick for it. And the other one, a fourth generation, which is the last. I think this is the last generation of Dell Latitude where you can upgrade the CPU on it. I also put a 4-core 8 threads, and we talk about here real threads, real cores, because if you go buy a new computer these days, you will see like, oh, it have like 6 threads or 8 threads, 8 cores and 6 cores, but then efficient, but when it run under load it only dropped to 2 cores. So this is just kind of like a marketing jargon in my opinion. So these are good, and the thing about them they are good is those old laptops that are business laptops, they are big and they run already on high wattage, so they have the fan and everything for them built in for them to cool them. For this computer I had to, this is one of my major, I have two Dells that I use often for work, and this is one of them. And I have, you have to buy a brick for it. You have to buy a charger for it. I already have a charger for it, so a higher charger and in a 14-watt charger. But for the other one, this was a low power. I mean, but I paid $25 for that upgrade for this one for the CPU, while I paid $38 for an older one that is a Gen 3. So I also have a Gen 2 Dell Latitude, but I'm not gonna do upgrade on it. It's not worth it. I had just Linux Mint on it. This is a side note, but I just want to mention this because this is a very effective way to keep your computer running, especially if you're lucky enough and have Dell. But as you can tell, like their prices are so low, and if you get one from a good buyer, and you might get one with a good battery, for example, and you just have to put maybe a solid state drive, a couple of stick of RAMs, or maybe it probably have on it, you know, and and uh, and a processor, and you get yourself a computer that rival anything new, you know. But that is the side note to this. And but anyway, that is it for this video, and I hope you guys have a good day.